Hello learner. In this session we will talk about airstream mechanism. As in previous session we have discussed about descent of the languages. Now, uh, generally when we speak or pronounce something, at that time we find that in our mouth there is a flow of air. It is a normal. We never think on that side. Why? Just because it's a normalized. But it's a mechanism, the flow of the air, how we make it uh, pressurize that flow. That's why we able to speak. So it is a science behind that when we speak something. So that mechanism or a difficultness, that how it pronounce the when we speak word, what kind of mechanism inside will happen, that we have to see. So for that, let's see airstream mechanism. So first, intro. Language is the most important for social purpose because it is a manual used for linguistic communication. Though there are two types of communication. The medium of speech is more important than writing. See, in phonetics, you will come to know that speaking is more important than writing. Uh, Otherwise, what we have learned, writing is more important than speaking. But now we have to change our mindset that speaking skill is more important than writing skill. Just because if you are able to speak, then you can make thousands of communication. But when you write, it become limited. Why? Just because that person need to know a writing skill. But speaking is a normal thing. Everyone is speaking, so they can understand. So that is the only reason that speaking is important than rather than the writing. So here the medium of speech is more important than writing. Linguistic communicate is the branch of phonetics because of a speech mechanism. What is a speech mechanism? For the production of sound, we need airstream. The air that is blown out of the mouth is modified into a speech sound by the action of certain organs of speech. Thus, the act of various speech organs is called speech of mechanism. Means here that what I have said in the beginning, that air will blow in our mouth and that gives and produce some kind of sounds. For that we need, and some of the body part will work for that we can speak that. The process of airstream mechanism. Any sound is produced with the help of airstream mechanism. There are three types of airstream mechanism: polymonic, glottalic, valeric. Let's discuss various types in the detail. Polymonic airstream mechanism. There are two parts of the polymonic airstream mechanism: aggressive, ingressive. Polymonic aggressive airstream mechanism. When the air is breathed out and sound is produced is known as aggressive sound. Most of the language in the world is a use polymonic expression sounds. The whole of the language act as an initiator. The sound of the English and the most of Indian language are produced with the polymonic aggressive sound. So means we come to know about our air mechanism, that when we are speaking, particularly English, Gujarati, Hindi, Sanskrit, Marathi, Urdu, or anyhow Malayali, Tamil, then we are using polymonic airstream mechanism to pronounce in aggressiveness. A polymeric ingressive airstream mechanism, when the air is breathed in the and the sound is produced, is known as ingressive sound. Polymeric ingressive sound is used for yawning and snoring, but it is not used for a speaking language. But when in the night time we are snoring, at that time this airstream will work. Gluttonic airstream mechanism. The closed glottalic act as a initiator for the airstream mechanism. The air in the pharynx is used to produce a speech sound. So this airstream mechanism is also called a pharyngeal pharyngeal for the production of a sound. Both aggressive and aggressive are used in the Indian Sindhi people use glottalic airstream mechanism to produce a sound. Valeric, Valeric airstream mechanism, the back of the tongue act an initiator. It is also called oral airstream mechanism. Sound produced with Valeric ingressive airstream mechanism exists in the several African language. Sound produced with a Valeric aggressive airstream do not exist in any languages. uh, Cultural wise, we see that Africa is in a different place from the other world. That's why that the language or the accents are different, so that's why they go with then a Valeric airstream mechanism, where glottalic airstream mechanism goes within a Sindhis. So the Sindhi language has the different connotations, so that's why. And that we are in a polymonic just because the vocal is working with the similarity with English also. So that is the uh, it's a talks about airstream mechanism. So that's the part of the stream of mechanism work in air, and then it's produced in a sounds. It divided in three parts, and there in a sub part is aggressive and ingressive, polymonic, Valeric, glottalic, and their examples: Indian language, English languages, and polymonic ingressive for snoring, glottalic airstream for another Sindhis, and Valeric for that Africans who uses this sound mechanism for pronunciation. So that was the airstream mechanism. I hope you guys can understand. Thanks.